Apple's iPhone 15 lineup is currently in the final stages of production as we get closer and closer to its September release date, but I keep seeing a problem that's been bothering me more and more as the years go by. People are still buying regular iPhone models instead of Pro models, despite them becoming worse each year in terms of value. The iPhone 14 was already really bad since it gets the old A15 chip, the notch, and a general lack of features, but with the iPhone 15 lineup, I'm afraid this is the year where everyone should avoid the regular models and finally go Pro, because we all know once you go Pro, you can't go back, and it's for a dang good reason, which I'm gonna explain in this video. Now, I know what you're gonna say, the Pro models are more expensive, and yes, they definitely are, but my take is that you should rather skip an entire regular model upgrade and spend the next year saving up cash to make up the difference so that next year you can afford to buy a Pro model instead. Or better yet, if you're planning on buying a regular model iPhone 15 later this year, start saving cash right now for the next 5 months so that you can get the Pro model. And if you're surprised by how adamant I am about people going for the Pro instead, you won't be by the end of this video, so let's jump right into it. Ever since the iPhone 7 Plus that gained a telephoto camera and portrait mode for the first time, Apple's been giving their larger or higher end phones more features, but it really started to get nuts when Apple released the iPhone 11 Pro, boasting a better display, better battery life, stainless steel frame, better water resistance, cameras, and more. Then with the 12 Pro, they added LiDAR and night mode across all the cameras, as well as extra RAM, storage, and of course, a better and brighter display. But the year 2021 is where the Pros really started to stand out. But before I get into that, I've got to show you guys the best pair of shoes I've ever had in my life from our sponsor, Vessi, which are perfect for the rainy season because they're 100% waterproof, meaning you can walk straight through puddles without soaking your shoes. And finally, I can walk through wet grass without ending up with wet socks for the rest of the day, thanks to the waterproof knit material called Dymatex, which is breathable, warm, and durable. They also sent me their new Stormburst sneaker, which was perfect for when I went paintballing in a muddy field, so they're great for hiking or even as waterproof work boots. And the best part is that you can rinse them off and clean them under the sink, like my wife's Vessi boots, which she loves, and the inside stays fully dry. All of them are very grippy and comfortable as well, so check out these Vessis and other styles at vessi.com/maxtech and use the code MAXTECH to get 15% off your entire order today. The iPhone 13 Pro had thinner bezels, a smaller notch, higher graphics performance, and best of all, the Pro model got a 120Hz ProMotion display, basically making it feel twice as smooth. And it's the #1 reason I'll never go back to a regular iPhone ever again. And then of course, with the 14 Pro, Apple just went nuts by only giving the Pro model 3 brand new game-changing features: the A16 Bionic chip, the new dynamic island that finally replaced the notch, and of course, the always-on display that's almost 2 times brighter than the 14 in sunlight. Not only that, but the cameras are much better with bigger sensors, macro mode, and 4K cinematic mode. This basically proved to me that Apple wants more people to buy Pro models. And with the growing list of differences, I'm actually shocked people are still going for the regular ones, especially since the price of the Pros have remained unchanged for years. But now, with the iPhone 15 lineup, Apple is going to be pushing the boundaries even further, so let's get into the leaks and changes we should expect. First of all, we all know that Apple's iPhone 15 Pro will be coming with a brand new titanium finish, which looks absolutely beautiful, and it'll help keep the weight of the iPhone down, but the regular 15 is going to stick to the same old aluminum design once again. We've also had a ton of leaks surrounding the new solid-state buttons on the Pro models, and although we won't get the unified volume button until next year, the leakers have confirmed that we will be getting a brand new action button, which will be programmable, finally replacing the mute switch that we've had for the last 16 years. But guess what? The regular iPhone 15 will not be getting it. On top of that, The Pro models will get a jump to 8 gigs of RAM, just like Apple's M1 and M2 Max, leaving the regular 15 with only 6 gigs. Wi-Fi 6E is also another feature that's coming, you guessed it, only to the Pro models. And while it's really nice that the entire iPhone 15 lineup will finally be getting a new USB-C port to replace the decade-old Lightning, the regular models will be limited to the same old incredibly slow USB 2.0 speeds. The Pro models will be the only ones getting record-breaking thin display bezels, only 1.55 millimeters, thinner than on any other smartphone ever made. Those going for the Pro Max model will also enjoy the iPhone's first ever periscope camera lens, enabling further zoom range with higher quality, while the regular 15 won't even get a basic telephoto lens at all. On top of that, the 15 Pro will be getting the A17 Bionic chip, making it the first phone in the world with a 3nm base chip from TSMC, which is set to improve energy efficiency by 35% to help save battery life. And that's of course only coming to the Pro model, since the regular 15 will be getting the current 3rd generation 5nm based A16 chip. Not only that, but the 3nm tech in the A17 will help push out more performance, since the efficiency will help it run cool, and that's happening at the same time as we're supposed to be getting a huge GPU core redesign that was supposed to happen on the A16 but got delayed until the A17. So the difference in performance between the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 chip and the iPhone 15's A16 is gonna be huge, much bigger than we currently have right now. And then of course we have to consider all of the other changes that the Pro model already enjoys, like the much brighter display, the always-on display feature, the better battery life, the better camera quality, and features like the LiDAR scanner, and most of all, the 120Hz Pro Motion feature. And making things worse for the regular models, that 120Hz display apparently isn't coming to a regular iPhone until the iPhone 17 in 2025. Yes, another 2 years from now. So if you haven't upgraded to a Pro model yet, it's literally the best time to do so. So now that we're in 2023, we should expect at least a dozen extra Pro model features that you won't be getting on the regular iPhone 15, and I think many people just don't realize that there are that many differences. Now you've got to be really careful and warn your friends and family, because this year, Apple is going to try extra hard to make it seem like they're really not that different at all. For example, we just got a leak saying that the regular iPhone 15 and 15 Plus models will be coming with the same frosted glass that has been exclusive to the Pro models ever since the 11 Pro, so it might not look and feel that different. On top of that, the regular 15 models will now finally ditch the notch and come with the dynamic island, which will make them look quite similar once again, but do not be deceived by Apple. They're way different, as I showed you in this video, and the regular 15 models will be much cheaper for Apple to produce. Now on the flip side, if you look at the huge list of features the Pro models are going to be getting this year, it's actually quite surprising and exciting. Now I do expect the price to get hiked a bit, like maybe $100 more for each Pro model, but it's gonna be worth it considering the huge amount of bonus features, with the periscope camera being the one I'm really excited for, alongside the new A17 Bionic chip, leading to even better battery life and those super thin bezels, and don't forget the USB-C port with faster transfer speeds. On top of that, I'm personally hopeful that Apple will finally allow the 48 megapixel camera to be used in portrait mode for super high quality portraits, which will fix the final little complaint I have with my 14 Pro Max. Now, if you totally disagree with my thoughts in this video, let me know down in the comment section below, but if you enjoyed it, click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Definitely check out one of those 2 videos right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.